beast, boxing beast from Triple B. Like to stop the haters, please. Now, I've been looking at this Egypt here now for a bit. And Ben Whittaker. Yeah, he fought in the Olympics, didn't he? Threw all his toys. Yeah? Threw all his toys out of pram when they didn't give a goal, even though they gave him a split decision to the other guy. Cruz from Cuba, who clearly outpointed him. Plus Whittaker had benefited from 2 other split decisions. So he did pretty well to get a silver, and he's refusing to wear it. I mean, it's pathetic, man. Pathetic. Even Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is a decent guy. He went up to the stadium. Yeah, he took his medal, put it on his neck, and left it there. He bowed his head, but obviously he was a bit distraught because he'd clearly been robbed. But this clown here, Whittaker, clearly lost that fight anyway. You know what bugs me about Whittaker, right? His eyes are too close together. You know, look at him. Look at his eyes. They're really close, aren't they? Little currants, right in the middle of his face. They should be further apart. Yeah, he looks inbred, which is weird from a mixed race guy, but he looks inbred. Now, you know what it means facially? Your eyes can look at a face and look at symmetry and look at the distance of one feature from another, and it gives you a mask, and that mask tells you, right, that person's likely to have better genes, and that means better brain, more intelligence, better physicality, yeah, better immune system, these kinds of things. So when you got kind of deformities like your eyes are too close together, it tells you don't reproduce with this person. They got bad genes, right? And this is what I see when I see a Ben Whittaker. And yeah, he's another one of them guys, apart from having eyes too close together, that looks like he's made of CGI, but the CGI is cheap. It's not quite right. Yeah, it doesn't look quite right. Anyway, so this Egypt, he started to wear, he's got some chain which goes Benzo. Yeah? Benzo on it. And, he looks, I guess that's like a rapper type thing. Benzo. Right? I think that's his nickname. I don't quite get it. Right? Is it from benzodiazepines? Diazepines, I should say, like Xanax and Valium, which is called diazepam, These drugs relax you, man. They increase drowsiness. They chill you out. They're a downer. They're a downer. I don't know, man. Does that mean Benzo Whittaker makes people drowsy, puts them to sleep? I don't think he's intelligent enough for that. Benzo Ben Whittaker. I imagine it's a nickname from Ben Whittaker. He probably gave it to himself, I remember a guy who liked jazz. Yeah, and he was a big fan of, I don't know, all these jazz guys, Armstrong, whatever, and he called himself a jelly roll. I was some jazz musician, but, I never really caught on. When you give yourself your own nickname like that, Clown, the Master, Knowledge, Spencer Varian, everyone just mocks you. And I got the feeling that Ben Whittaker called himself Benzo. Maybe his friends call him Benzo, right? But as for his chain, his rubbish chain, it looks like a sort of, and he's got, instead of the E, he's got a pound sign, so it's Benzo with a pound sign, right? And that's like 2002 type whack rapper, chain, like, Tree 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, from 2002, it doesn't, come on, man. Come up with something more original. Move with the times, man. And it looks like it's made from grey Lego as well. Looks like it's made from pieces of grey Lego. It doesn't look expensive. It looks rubbish. Imagine spending your money on that nonsense. Benzo with a pound sign instead of an E. So Benzo. Yeah, what's Benzo? Well, Benzo's fighting on the Chris Billam-Smith undercard. So that's a nice shot for him. I think Sky are hoping to do something big with Benzo. As you can see here, Benzo crossed with Naz. He's wearing some, I don't know, leopard skin top, trying to be like Nas. I mean, I don't think he's with the same Adidas thing. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool to outright copy someone. You got to have your own look. Yeah, you can like fighters, but you know, if you're trying to make me your own way, you don't want to. I mean, I like Dan Aziz, but he tries to copy the Marlboro and Hagler too much. I mean, of course, you'd be like, oh, I'm doing it to, you know, to respect him, to give honor to him. But if you're trying exactly to look like them, it's just a bit lame. I let Dan Aziz go because he's likable. But this guy, Ben Whittaker's a tool, a prime tool, a proper helmet, a Bellend, as they say, you know. So, you know, I don't see why he copies Nas like that. He's never going to be as good as Nas anyway, you know. He tries... See, Nas was a bit original with his stuff. You know, yeah, he'd rinse people out, but he'd be quite funny, and he'd deliver. And he was original, because at the time we hadn't really seen anything like that. Whereas another big mouth like Benzo, it's just another big mouth, isn't it? Benzo. Yeah? He's got 3 nicknames, I think he's also called... the Surgeon, Ben the Surgeon Whittaker. I mean, that's okay. There was Frankie Randall was the Surgeon as well. Yeah? And he's also called the Finisher on Boxer, Ben the Finisher Whittaker. I suppose he thinks that rhymes, which it almost does, but you know, I'm going to call him Benzo the Bellend. I think that's much better. It's much more suitable. Yeah? And who's the other guy I tried to copy? Oh, yeah, Steve Robinson, the Drago. Steve, I mean, come on, man. Have your own thing. Yeah, you do look a bit like Drago, but, you know, just laugh about that. Don't pretend you are him. That crybaby Steve Robinson, who did terribly in his last fight, you know. Oh, I've got somewhere, he was saying in an interview, oh, well, no one else thought I'd ever get anywhere. Like, he's a 6'5", good-looking guy from Newcastle, and he's moaning like he's had a hard time. Shut up, man. Anyway, back to Benzo. So Benzo, he's a fool, right? But he's entertaining. I will give him that. You know, I will give him that. He does say, he claims, oh, by the way, apart from boxing, I'm a humble guy. That's a direct quote from him. Yeah, right, I bet you are. You know, don't get me wrong, I understand you can have your WWE type persona. Prince Patel does it a lot. Prince Patel's actually a cool guy, but you can see he's got a sense of humour. He's got his tongue in his cheek, the Prince. But Benzo is just a tool, doing the stupid dances and stuff like that. But, you know, our truth is I do watch him. I will watch him. I will watch his every fight. You know, as long as it's on TV, I won't go out my way to watch Benzo the Bellend, right? But I will watch his fights if they're on, because he is entertaining, you know. You know, it might be you want him to get knocked out and he gets hit. He's fought bums that can't punch, right? But he's been clipped a few times on the chin, and you think, well, you carrying like that, man. Someone with a bit of a shot is going to put you over and KO you, you know, unless you tighten up, you know. And I can, you know, some people will say, well, you know, that's his gimmick, being a Bellend, Benzo the Bellend, is because, you know, because it sells tickets. Well, that's not actually true, man. I've never in my whole entire life known anyone or done it myself or known anyone or heard anyone of buying a ticket just to see someone beat. You never go to Nazim Hamid fight. Oh, did you come in to see Naz? No, I bought a ticket just to see him get beat. No, you don't. People go there to see a fighter they really like. They pay a ticket to see a fighter they really like, or if it's going to be a real good fight. You know, no one buys a ticket to see someone get beat. You might watch the TV to see them get beat, but no one buys a ticket. No one spends money to see someone get beat. You know, they don't want to put money in their pocket. And also, like, I've never known someone who's had that level of haterism against a fighter to go, you know, oh, I so want him to get beat. I'm going to buy a ticket and hopefully he will get beat. I mean, it's nonsense, man. So, but it does get you press. Don't get me wrong. And some people love that arrogance. Some people will love that kind of thing. But you will get eyes. It will get you talked about. Yeah, and what do I think? Well, I think he's going to get chinned, right, by the first determined guy who's half decent, who can punch. I mean, unless he tightens up his defenses an awful lot. He's just, if you get caught by early guys who are slow, who are naturally smaller than you, who are bums, it is a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying. And I don't know, I look at his weak chin. He's got a weak chin, doesn't he? He ain't got Chad's chin. It looks weak. I think when he gets banged, he'll go over. And I hope so too. Yeah, I hope so too. Like I said, you know, I'll watch him, but yeah, I wanted to see him get beaten up. Just to close his mouth, Benzo the Bellend. But yeah, you know, as I said, I will watch him. And when, you know, I'd much rather watch Benzo the Bellend than Ebony Bitches or some hideous woman who can't fight and be told by Darren Barker, oh, beautiful punch. Oh, that's a lovely punch. Oh, what a punch, you know. Of course, Benzo with the Bellend fights on Sky and Barker's the Zone, I think. But whatever, man. I mean, we will carry on watching him. We'll carry on watching him. I said when he moves up, then it will get interesting. We'll see if Benzo can take the smoke.